In the heart of Siberia, where temperatures plummet to bone-chilling -70 degrees Celsius, lies the vast and unforgiving wilderness of Yakutia. This is a land of extremes, a place where survival is a daily battle. But for one 90-year-old woman, the brutal winter was about to become the least of her worries. Her name was Anna, a widow who had lived her entire life in this remote corner of the world, a place most people only read about in books. She was a living legend, a testament to human resilience. But nothing could have prepared her for the nightmare that was about to unfold right on her doorstep. It began subtly, with a lone howl piercing the frigid night air, then another and another, until the chorus of howls became a deafening symphony of hunger and aggression. A pack of wolves, a super pack numbering in the hundreds, had descended upon her small, isolated village. This wasn't just a few rogue animals. This was an invasion, driven by a desperate, gnawing hunger from one of the harshest winters on record. The wolves were no longer afraid of humans. They were bold, organized, and absolutely lethal. The local hunters, men who had faced down bears and braved blizzards their entire lives, were overwhelmed. The sheer number of wolves was something no one had ever seen before. The pack, estimated to be over 1,000 strong, moved like a shadowy army, a tide of fur and fangs that swept across the snowy landscape. They were a force of nature unleashed, and the villagers were trapped. They picked off livestock first. Horses, cattle, and beloved sled dogs fell victim to their relentless attacks. The snow became stained with the grim reality of their situation. Fear, cold and sharp as an icicle, gripped the hearts of everyone in the village. For Anna, living alone at the edge of the settlement, the threat was immediate and terrifying. Her small wooden cabin, which had been her sanctuary for decades, now felt like a fragile cage. The wolves prowled just beyond her windows, their yellow eyes glowing like embers in the perpetual twilight of the Siberian winter. The scratching at her door, the constant, menacing howls, it was a psychological siege as much as a physical one. She was cut off, surrounded, a lone elder facing an army of predators. How could one woman, armed with little more than a lifetime of wisdom and an unbreakable will, possibly survive this frozen death trap? The village was in a state of lockdown. No one dared to venture outside after sunset. The hunters, armed with their best rifles, tried to thin the pack, but it was like throwing stones into the ocean. For every wolf they managed to take down, 10 more seemed to take its place. The government declared a state of emergency, deploying teams of seasoned hunters from across the region to combat the unprecedented threat. It was an all-out war between man and beast, waged in one of the most hostile environments on Earth. Meanwhile, inside her cabin, Anna was not idle. She was a child of the taiga, the Siberian forest. She knew its secrets, its rhythms, and the nature of its creatures. While others panicked, she prepared. She reinforced her doors and windows with heavy planks of wood. She carefully rationed her food and firewood, knowing this siege could last for weeks. Anna knew she couldn't rely solely on others for her salvation. She remembered the old ways, the stories her grandfather told her about the spirit of the wolf and the respect the forest demands. But this was different. This was not about respect. This was about survival. One evening, the scratching at her door became more frantic, more violent. A large wolf, a massive alpha, was trying to break in. Its weight slammed against the wood, making the whole cabin shudder. Anna's heart pounded in her chest, but she didn't scream. She grabbed the heaviest iron poker from her fireplace, its tip still warm from the embers. She stood her ground, a frail figure of immense strength, ready to face the beast that was trying to tear its way into her home. The standoff lasted for what felt like an eternity. The wolf snarled and clawed, but the door, reinforced by Anna's foresight, held strong. Eventually, the creature gave up, its frustrated howl echoing as it retreated to join the pack. It was a small victory, but a crucial one. It proved that her fortress, however humble, could withstand the assault. It fueled her resolve. She was not just a victim waiting for the end. She was a fighter. She had survived famine, political turmoil, and countless Siberian winters. She would survive this too. Days turned into weeks. The hunters, bolstered by reinforcements, slowly began to turn the tide. Their relentless efforts started to break the pack's cohesion. The wolves, having exhausted the easiest targets and facing constant human resistance, began to disperse, melting back into the vast wilderness from which they came. The howling faded, replaced by an eerie, welcome silence. The siege was over. The villagers cautiously emerged from their homes, surveying the damage but filled with an overwhelming sense of relief. When they checked on Anna, they found her calm, sitting by her fire, sipping hot tea. Her cabin was intact, a testament to her quiet strength and preparedness. She had faced down 1,000 wolves and emerged unscathed. Her story became a legend, a powerful symbol of the indomitable human spirit against the overwhelming forces of nature. Anna, the 90-year-old widow of Yakutia, wasn't just a survivor. She was a victor, a quiet hero who reminded everyone that even in the coldest, darkest of places, courage burns the brightest. Her tale is a chilling, inspiring reminder of the fine line between civilization and the wild, and the extraordinary resilience of those who live on that edge. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as incredible as we did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more tales of survival against all odds. We'll see you in the next one.